Have you ever felt like no matter how much you prepare for the future, it's never enough? It's like you're constantly planning, saving, strategizing, but instead of feeling secure, you feel exhausted. I used to believe that over preparing was the responsible thing to do. But what if I told you that mindset was actually robbing me of joy instead of protecting me? In today's video, I want to take a step back and talk about mindset, specifically how the scarcity mindset disguises itself as responsibility, but is actually keeping you and me stuck in fear. This was the story of my life for far too long, you guys. And in a way, it continues to be. But I want to break that. If, like me, you've ever found yourself waiting to feel safe, to feel successful, or even happy until you hit some proverbial milestone, this video is for you. Because the truth is, real security isn't about controlling the future. It's actually about engaging in the present. I'm going to tell you, my life is starting to change. I'm starting to feel better as a person because I am changing my mindset about this, engaging in the present. So today in this video, I want to cover what I'm calling the Trojan horse of scarcity. Have fear tricks us into thinking that we're responsible when we're actually just being anxious. I want to talk to you guys about the cost of always living for tomorrow and why obsessing over the future actually robs you of the present joy, the present. We'll also talk about shifting from scarcity to presence. Simple mindset shifts to stop over preparing and start trusting yourself today. If, like me, you've been stuck in this cycle of always planning but never arriving, then this video is for you. Because this video is about changing the way you think. Let's dive right in. Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Nandi. On this channel, we don't chase the shortcut. We don't believe in hype. We believe in building wealth the right way. This channel is about ambitious women in corporate America looking to learn how to leverage their careers to build long-term financial freedom. And most importantly, to create real options so that an exit is a choice and not an escape. You're not just here to watch, you're here to join the Power Move Collective. Because on this channel, we believe that wealth isn't an escape plan, but it's a power move. Before we move into the topic at hand, I'm going to ask you to please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so that I can bring more great videos on finance, career, and wealth building to you. For years, I lived for tomorrow. My mind, conditioned by the scarcity mindset, whispered that this was being responsible. I believed that I was protecting myself, preparing for every worst case scenario, and ensuring that I would never be caught off guard. So the Nandy that you see today was always a planner. I always made sure that everything was lined up perfectly, double checking, triple checking, having a plan, over planning. And to me, that felt like security. And in a way, it continued to feel like security. It also felt like wisdom because I would constantly hear from adults that, wow, you're such a responsible young lady. And you guys, this for me started from the time I was very young. We're talking 10, 13 years old. But honestly, was it wisdom? Was it me being responsible? Or was it a slow moving monster quietly consuming my joy? You see, I told myself that I was mitigating risk, that thinking ahead, planning endlessly, and constantly forecasting the future was the price of success. But what I failed to see was the trade off. I wasn't preparing for tomorrow, I was abandoning today. Let's talk about that illusion of control. You see, Scarcity operates kind of like a Trojan horse. And that's why the concept of the Trojan horse is really big here. It's like, I feel like it's finally hitting me in a way that it never had before, that this is not reality. It's a Trojan horse. Because what a Trojan horse does is that it enters disguised as something that it's not. And for me, the scarcity mindset entered and disguised itself as responsibility, prudence, and wisdom. It told me that living in the future was the only way to ensure my stability today. Think about that, right? But what it never actually told me was the truth, which is that your future never truly arrives. There's another milestone, another financial goal, another what if scenario, always demanding you to be more prepared. And I think this is where Nandy is really coming to herself. You guys, I'm making this video so that you don't wait until you're almost 40 to realize this. I'm a woman in my 40s. Well, I'm a woman almost in my 40s, but it's just now hitting me. This Trojan horse has been lying to me for years. There is no future that will arrive. I'm not saying do not plan. You know, this whole channel is about planning, but it's about why and how we plan. That would come in another video. The scarcity mindset will convince you that you must always be a step ahead, always embrace for impact. It keeps us tethered to anxiety, convincing us that joy is something to be earned only after we've reached that place of absolute security, a place that ironically never comes. And this constant chasing after tomorrow has a cost, and that cost is real. In my quest to maneuver an uncertain future, I find myself detached from the present. Small moments of joy, the sound of laughter, the warmth of the sunset, the excitement of a spontaneous adventure became secondary to my journey of enough. Enough money, enough preparation, enough safety net. But how much is enough? The scarcity mindset blows all of that off. It will never it will never answer it for you, right? The scarcity mindset never gives you clear answers. It moves the goalpost. It just keeps moving, right? And keeping you forever in a state of striving, chasing, and waiting. It's interesting because for me, I woke up and I was like, my house is a mess. My image is a mess. In my head, I dream of this woman of excellence. But that woman of excellence is always in the future. Let me tell you this. When I first bought my first house, I was driving a beat up, shitty car. I told myself, Nandy, when you buy the house, then you can buy the car. I bought the house, then I had plans of buying another house, then another house. Do you know when I actually ended up buying my first new big girl car? After I had acquired my fourth property and had almost $2 million in real estate. Now, don't get me wrong. You can hear that and do the same thing I do all the time. You think, wow, that's impressive. You're responsible. But it's the motivation of where that was coming from. None of the things that I did in and of themselves were actually a bad thing. Today, I'm better off because of this aspect of my personality. But in other ways, I'm worse off. You see, the thing about the scarcity mindset is that it robs you of joy in places of your life that matters most. That is when it comes to you just living your life. What I'm doing today, though, is shifting from scarcity to the present. I am beginning to realize and honestly to live and to move from a place of obsessing with the future, which wasn't protecting me. It was only robbing me. It was a thief clocked in the language of responsibility. The true act of responsibility wasn't in over preparing for what might go wrong, but in fully engaging with what was right in front of me. What I'm doing today is that I'm wanting to shift from scarcity to being present. I am working on refraining what it means to be responsible. And I want you to do the same thing. I want you to redefine success, not as an outcome to be achieved, but as a state of being to be embraced. I really want to repeat that. I want you to redefine success, not as an outcome to be achieved, but as a state of being to be embraced. And on this video today, I'm actually going to go step by step about what I'm personally doing and what you can also do to be able to embrace the state of being. So, we are going to start by actively practicing what this means. I'm going to give you 4 key practical things that we're both going to be working on so that we can overcome scarcity and move from a place of presence and joy. The first thing we're going to do is that we are going to be grounding ourselves in the now. Instead of catastrophizing about what might happen next year, what I've been doing is that I'm beginning to ask myself what is real and true in this moment. You guys, I've already been practicing this, and this has been really powerful. More often than not, when you ask yourself this question, you will realize that the future is scary, but the present is far less scary than my mind is making it out to be in the future. So practice the what is reality right now. You know what's funny is that sometimes your brain doesn't know how to distinguish some of these things. And sometimes your brain will tell you that danger is coming. You know, sometimes I even find myself slowing down and telling my brain, you are not in danger. You are going to be fine. It sounds silly, but if you are somebody who suffers from anxiety, you know exactly what I mean. The second thing we are going to do is trusting ourselves. Scarcity tells us that if we don't prepare for every possibility, disaster is inevitable. My God, we are stopping that, and we're stopping that right now. Instead of over preparing, we are going to trust ourselves that we can handle every situation that comes our way. This is really important. The biggest source of our anxiety is that scarcity has told us that we cannot handle the challenges that will come our way. But we are empowered women. We are empowered women. We will handle it. We will deal with it when that situation actually comes. Not me preparing for it in the future. When it actually shows up in front of my face, I'm empowered and ready to handle it, whatever it is. Trust yourself. The third thing we are going to do is release the need for certainty. Oh my gosh. I already feel free just saying this. Let it go, honey. Let my people go. Do what Moses told the Pharaoh to do. Let my people go. Release that need for certainty. You do not need that in your life. Life is uncertain. Life is uncertain. No amount of planning will change that, honey. Embracing uncertainty with curiosity instead of fear allows for joy to exist alongside the unknown. You guys, we're not saying that we won't be prepared. We're just saying that we're preparing from a place of joy. Joy can exist in the midst of the uncertainty. The fourth thing you are going to do is celebrate small joys. Honey, instead of delaying happiness for some hypothetical future where everything is perfect, start noticing the beauty in today. Smell the coffee in the morning, honey. Have a nice deep conversation with yourself. The feeling of the sun on your skin. These little things become everything. If you're somebody who's naturally not hardwired for anxiety, fearing the future, everything I'm saying may seem really silly to you. I can tell you, as somebody who is overcoming anxiety, who has always lived in a perfect future, that now I'm almost 40, in 20 some years or more, that future has never come. It's almost like when you're a child, it's okay to have those dreams, right? But then when you're 25, when you're 30, when you're 35, you're like, wait, when do I become the woman I was dreaming of when I was 15? That time is today. It's right now. Joy over fear. Let me close with this. The scarcity mindset doesn't just affect your finances, your professional career. It strips you of your time, your relationship, and your emotional well being. It convinces you that joy is a luxury you cannot afford until you've made X amount, until you've done this, you've done that, or you've done this. Honey, let me tell you, that's a lie. Joy is not a reward for the perfect preparation. It is a practice, a decision, and the way of being. The more you engage in today, fully, openly, without fear, the more you realize that presence is the greatest security of all. I am still on learning scarcity. Some days, the fear of the unknown still creeps back in. But now, instead of letting it take over, I'm reminding myself that I am safe right here in this moment. And that, my dear, is enough. You are enough. You have enough in this very moment. Thank you.